I didn't tell my fiance's family that I could understand every word of their language. My fiance Marco and I have been together for almost 5 years, and we just got engaged. I'm from a small town in Alberta, Canada, while Marco is first-generation Italian-Canadian, with a huge, boisterous family from Sicily. We lived in my hometown for a long time, but with our engagement, Marco felt it was time we moved closer to his family in Toronto. He's incredibly close to them, and I understood. The day after we settled into our new apartment, we went to Sunday dinner at his parents' house. This was my 5th or 6th time seeing them, but the first time since we announced our engagement. They were outwardly welcoming, hugging me tightly and fussing over Marco. We had a magnificent meal, Nana's lasagna, tiramisu, the works. I tried my best to engage, even though I mostly just smiled politely while they chattered away in Italian, occasionally translating for me. What they didn't know was that I had been secretly taking Italian lessons for the past 8 months. I wanted to surprise Marco for our wedding, maybe even say my vows in Italian. I was getting pretty good, and as the weeks turned into months of living in Toronto, visiting them often, I started to pick up on things. Little phrases, pointed glances, a shift in tone. They would sometimes speak about me in Italian, thinking I was clueless. They'd make comments about my simple taste in clothes, my job as a kindergarten teacher not being ambitious enough, or how I'd never be able to cook like Nana. I heard Marco's mother tell her sister that I was too Canadian, too quiet for their family. I'd just smile and nod, my stomach churning. I ended up talking to Marco about it. I told him I felt like an outsider, that his family sometimes made me feel small. He promised to talk to them, to make sure they included me more. For a few weeks it seemed to work. They'd speak more English, ask me questions, but it didn't last. Last night, we were at his aunt's house for a big family gathering to celebrate our engagement. The house was packed, laughter and loud Italian flowing everywhere. I was standing by the antipasto spread, trying to look busy, when I heard Marco's mother, Aunt Sophia, and his cousin Isabella talking behind me. They didn't even lower their voices. Isabella started, "I just don't understand why Marco chose her. She's so beige." Aunt Sophia chuckled. "Oh, it's just a phase. He'll come to his senses. Maybe when he realizes she can't even make a proper sauce." Then Marco's mother chimed in, her voice dripping with disdain, and I quote, "She's a bland, boring teacher who will never truly understand our family, and honestly, she's barely good enough to wipe our Nana's floors." My blood ran cold. I took a deep breath, turned around, and in perfectly fluent Italian I said, "I think you'll find, Mama, that I understand a great deal more than you give me credit for, and I assure you, my teaching salary can more than afford someone to wipe your Nana's floors." The entire room fell silent. Marco rushed over, his face pale. His mother started yelling, completely denying everything, trying to say I was making it up. I just looked at Marco, feeling my heart shatter, and walked out. He followed me, but I haven't talked to him since.